Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How we all doing? And welcome back. And happy Friday, traders. How we all doing today? What's up? What's going on? Woo, I'm excited to be here. How we all doing on this beautiful Friday? It is June 24th, 8:50. We got about 39 minutes until the market opens. And yes, as you guys can tell, like always, I am super duper fired up to be here, and I am ready to make it happen. I'm ready to end this week on a strong note and a profitable note, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a lot to discuss today. There's a lot happening. And again, there's going to be some opportunity in the market. I definitely think today is going to be a good day. I definitely think today there's going to be some action in the markets. All right. I definitely think there is, team. All right. And we're going to take the next 39 minutes to discuss what I think we have in the market for today, where I think the best opportunity is going to be, what I'm personally looking at, and where I plan on making money to end this week on a strong and profitable note. It's been a slow and steady week for me, guys, as you've known. Took a small little loss there on Tuesday. Took a little bit of a loss on Wednesday. Broke even pretty much yesterday, but then I turned it around and had a nice little profit in my longer term account on CLVS. It was really nice to offset some of those long-term losses, which gives me now even more buying power to do what? Add to these investments that I absolutely love. And I think there's two trades today that would be well suited for that long-term account. It's one of those set it and forget it. Scale in, stop in the system, walk away. Come back, where are we at? Did I get stopped out? Okay, fine. Where are we at? I think we have some great opportunities today to not scalp, but to actually get involved in a couple of these stocks that show great potential. Set it, forget it, walk away, come back. What is the outcome? What's happening? That's exactly what I did yesterday with CLVS, trying out a new approach to set it and forget it. Okay, I liked CLVS so much. It looked fantastic. I was scaling in. I didn't like the volume. But I told myself, is this really a scalp? Is this an in and out trade, or is this something that I think could play out over the course of the day? I said, you know what? I think it's something that could play out over the course of the day. I'm not going to sit here and watch this stock over the course of the entire day. I can't do it. So what I do, I said, you know what? Here's my risk. All right, here's my position. Here's where I said I would stop out. I put a hard stop in. Now I know I need to come back at the end of the day. If it's up, I sell for a profit. Okay, if I get stopped out, I'm already okay with that risk. I'll check it periodically throughout the day on my phone. Right? If I notice that it's squeezing, I need to log in and scale out and take some profit. But it was really nice on CLVS. It was a different type of trade for me. Right? Getting involved, thinking it was going to squeeze instantaneously. It's not. And I'm like, you know what? It still has potential. Let's set it and forget it. Let's go to lunch. And then I come back at the end of the day and see, wow, it actually moved the way I thought it was going to move. So as we see more of these opportunities, guys, you may see me doing more of these set it and forget it trades versus just scalping the market. Don't get me wrong. I'm here to day trade. I am scalping. I got these scalping fingers that I absolutely love. These things are beautiful right here. I love scalping the market. I love it. It is my way of trading. But I do want to see if I can branch into more of those all-day trades. Maybe some of those we were taking back a few months ago. Again, those set it, forget it. Some of those trades that maybe turn into swing trades. I want to actually take that a little bit more seriously, especially when we come into the market and say, man, this market stinks today. Man, this market is choppy today. Man, these penny stocks are nothing but rug pulls. Maybe some of these back burner sleeper plays are the way to go, where you go ahead and scale on in, nice position, put a hard stop in the system, walk away, go to the pool, read a book, come back. What's the outcome? Maybe we see some consistent success here, and this is something that I'm going to be doing more actively moving forward. It's something that I want to do, and it's something that may help you guys as well inside of chat. So I'm very, very excited. All right. So we're going to go ahead and dive into it and talk about what we have for today, where I think the best opportunity is, where I plan on making money. And I want to get you guys prepared, and I want to help you make money and get you inside of Profits Chat. So once again, traders, hit me with a big old good morning. If you haven't done so yet, I want to see everybody hitting me with a big old good morning here inside of chat over on YouTube. You guys got a couple seconds to do so while I turn on my ring light. So this little thing here goes away. All right, I'll be right back with you. Much better. Yeah, that thing was a little fuzzy up there. I was like, yeah, that's bothering me. We can't have that today. We got to get the focus right. Got to do that a little bit. Is the focus? Yeah, we're good. We're all set, guys. All righty. So, turn on surround sound. You're doing the mono thing again. Aw, man. Is it really? All right, give me 1 second, guys. Let's go ahead and adjust that really quickly here. Let's make sure we are all set, ready to rock, so the mono sound doesn't sound all weird. All righty. Give me 1 second, guys. We got plenty of time. There's not a lot to really discuss today. I mean, there's a few things, but it's not like we have 10 stocks to talk about. So let's go in here to recording. Let's go in here. Let's go to properties, advanced, one channel, apply. How we doing now? Sounding much better, I'm sure, right? Sounding much better. How we doing, Stir? Doing good? All right, so Matt, Steve, Danny, Jack, Yo-Yo, what's up, Anthony, Robert, Challenge, Yo-Yo Man, I like the username, Daniel, Kinsman, what's up, good morning, yes, sir, nice and loud, turn on the surround sound, we're good, Lambo Guy, what's up, good morning, Leon, Derek Guy, Trash Panda, dude, I still love the username Trash Panda. I absolutely love it. Spaz, Johnny, Mr. G, another Steve, J, Doss, Stir, Kits, King, H, Jakey, Lakey, Chris. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are y'all doing on this beautiful Friday once again? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I hope you guys are fired up, focused, and ready to attack this wonderful Friday. And let's end this week on a strong and profitable note. So without further ado, let's not waste any time and let's go ahead and dive into it. And we're going to go ahead and talk about the stocks that I like the most. We're going to talk about my top stocks, okay? What I like, what I see, and then we'll talk about some back burners. We'll go talk about the SPY. I don't really expect there to be much action with the SPY today, but we'll talk about it, all right? So what's the number one stock that I think has great potential today? I think it could definitely be TBLT. I definitely like TBLT for a few reasons, right? I definitely don't like the daily chart. I'm going to throw that out there. This daily chart is horrendous. I don't like this whatsoever. But I do like that it's a 1 million in float stock. Very low float, okay? That's the supply. The supply is very, very low. It's 1 million in float. Look at your volume on TBLT. It's trading 23 million shares. On average, it trades 445,000 shares. So we have very low supply, 1 million float, with very high demand, 23 million shares traded. So guys, that's one thing that I really like about TBLT. Number two, 11% of the float is currently short. Now, it's not 20, 30, 40, right? Like REV or like CLVS. It's 11.16. But still, we see that 11% of the float is currently short. And what do we know about Fridays? What do we know about Fridays? Friday short squeeze. Short squeezes typically occur on Fridays. And there's a couple of stocks that have good potential for a short squeeze. Maybe that's TBLT. I'm not putting that much emphasis into it, but I think there's good potential today with TBLT. All right, so I want to see this above 305. And that's another reason I think this stock has great potential. Look at this massive gap down from 305 to 160. What are we doing right now? We're breaking above the gap down, right? So we closed at 305 and then we gapped down. So that close before the gap down was 305. What are we doing? We're fighting to stay above that 305 level. And what else is right around 305? $3 psychological support. So not only are we breaking above that close before the gap down, we're also getting above $3 psychological resistance. Now it's turning into support. On top of that, we're holding this really nice trend line on TBLT. This stock is in an uptrend. We put in a high, a low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. It's holding this trend line. It's holding above $3 psychological support. It's holding above the close before the massive gap down. It's also bouncing off the VWAP. You have 23 million shares traded on the stock. It's a 1 million in float stock. There is so much demand with not a lot of supply. This stock has so much potential to the upside. Do I seem excited here? Maybe a little bit. Do not go buy this stock because it sounds like I'm excited. Do not go just buy this stock because the tone of my voice is excitement. I am excited because there's opportunity here. I am excited because I see opportunity to lock in profits, but not right this second. I'm not in, but I will absolutely be watching the stock today. And I definitely think there's some opportunity here. So we want to keep it on watch above $3, ideally above the VWAP, above the trend line. If we start falling back below this level, we can see TBLT back down at 265. So we can see this fade and fall back down towards around that we'll call it 261, right around like that 261 level here on TBLT. Right now, resistance back up at high a day, 344. If we can break over that 344 level, your next level of resistance is $3.80, and that's your 20 EMA here on the daily chart. All right, so again, here are your levels. $3 support. Below that, 261. 344, high a day resistance. Over 344, you have room to 380, which is your 20 EMA. You know why I like this, guys. Has volume. Very good volume. Nice low float stock. 11% of the float currently short. It's above 3 key technical levels. I'm really liking TBLT as to why I want to watch this stock right out of the gate, guys. So TBLT is definitely I wouldn't say number one, but I would say one of my top 3. How about that? Not number one, but one of my top 3. Okay. Next, I like CLVS today. Why do you think if we bought every time you're excited, I think we would be broke? You always have... I love it, Cole. I thought you were going to say every time you're excited, we'd be rich. No, Cole's like, if we just traded because of how excited you were about a stock, we'd be broke. Yeah, because I'm always excited. I'm nothing but energetic, and I love it. I love it, Cole. Okay, so again, do not just buy a stock because of my tone of voice, because I get excited about everything. I get excited about this sticky note in front of me. This sticky note is the best sticky note I think I've ever bought in my life. Don't go buy the sticky note, guys. Go buy the sticky note you want to buy for your reasons, but I love this blue sticky note. It is fantastic. And this plant, oh my gosh, this plant is amazing. CLVS, I love CLVS again today. And there's a couple reasons I like CLVS. And again, it really bleeds into why I liked CLVS yesterday. Why did I like CLVS yesterday? There was a few separate reasons. Number one, the news that we had last week was really good news. Number two, the stock was setting up for a mid-candle breakout. Number three, 27% of the float is currently short on CLVS. So I liked that fundamental catalyst from last week. I liked the technical setup yesterday, the mid-candle breakout. Yeah, I didn't like the volume, but I like the fact that 27% of the float is still currently short at this point in time. And what do we know about Fridays? Friday short squeeze. So not only did we have the start of a mid-candle breakout yesterday, we could see a follow-through off this mid-candle breakout, right? So if we start breaking above 184 today, we could actually see the follow-through, and this thing actually confirm yesterday's attempt for the mid-candle breakout. 27% of the flow is currently short at this point in time, and we know about Fridays. Fridays are notorious for short squeezes. So if we're going to see that short squeeze, I think it could happen today. And we're backing it up with a technical formation, and we're backing it up with a fundamental catalyst from last week. And the stock is still up from around 50 cents all the way. It ran all the way to like 250. I mean, absolutely insane. And it's not just dumping on off. It's still trying to hold on up. It's trying to get that next leg to the upside. So I like CLVS for those reasons. I think CLVS has a lot of great potential today as to why it is going to be a stock on my watch list again. And this is something that we were buying yesterday, guys, right underneath 150. So we were actually scaling into this right around 144 to 145, right before the stock was breaking Wednesday's low. So Wednesday's low day and Wednesday's close was between 147 and 153. I was scaling in with you guys right before that break, and look what happened when it broke. It freaking broke. That was beautiful. came back down, retested, curled on up, nice big end-of-day push. And right now, it's not dumping on off. It's still trying to hold on up relatively well. So what's the next couple of levels that we need to break for this to be a nice little mid-candle breakout continuation? What is it? CLVS. We need to really start breaking 177 first. 177, yesterday's high. That's going to be the first level that we need to start breaking here on CLVS. And if we look at Wednesday here as well, we go look at Wednesday, we can see that Wednesday we have 184 highs, right? 184 resistance. So we need to start breaking over Wednesday's highs. That's when we could see this thing really take on off to 229 to 240 on CLVS. So I still see another 50 cents of potential out of the stock maybe today. Another 50 cents. And we caught about 27 cents yesterday. So I see double the amount of potential today. Yesterday we caught 27 cents. I think we could see 50 cents plus on CLVS today if we start breaking 177, 184. That would confirm that we're going to probably start continuing again off that attempted mid-candle breakout yesterday. Then we can see some great volume move in, and then we have 27% of the float currently short, and Fridays are notorious for short squeezes. I definitely want to watch CLVS. I'm not looking to get involved until the stock's at least above 177. Okay, so I'm really not looking to get involved until the stock is at least above 177. All right, so I want to see a break over yesterday's close, also Wednesday's open. Then I want to see this thing breaking over yesterday's high a day. That's going to really build my confidence on up. Okay, and that's when I'm really going to start looking at this and start scaling on in for that possible rip and run today, guys. So CLVS number 2 at this point in time for those reasons. Okay, then we got a couple back burners, right? You got some back burners today that could move. Some of these stocks have news, right? Like MITQ. Look at the chart. It's just fading on off. I don't really want to watch this stock out of the gates. And the reason the stock ripped on up anyway is that they're buying back 1 million shares, right? So they're buying back 1 million shares. The stock has good volume. It's a low float. But right now, the thing is just fading and falling. It's not really doing all that much, all right? So let's just go ahead and get you guys prepared as far as your levels. But right now, I don't really see a reason to be watching the stock as like our number 1 out of the gate. You will find some support. I definitely think you'll grab some nice support down around 115. So let's just wait for this thing to fade and fall back down to 115. See what it looks like. Top resistance, pre-market highs. I was actually going to short MITQ off the 200-day moving average of 184. We came up to 174. I never took a short on MITQ, but I was definitely considering that short off that 200 SMA. So that still applies. If MITQ opens and just pops on up to that 184, I'm still planning on shorting this stock off that 200-day moving average. Right now, support back down at 115. Back burner stock right now at this point in time. BHAT. I do not know why we didn't talk about BHAT, because BHAT is a stock that is a top stock out of the gate. It's another top 3. All right, so BHAT is the 3rd stock I want to be watching right out of the gate, guys. Okay, so BHAT, what's going on here? Well, news from yesterday that Blue Hat Interactive Entertainment shares triple after the termination of their public offering. And this stock gapped up at 125 yesterday and ripped to $3.50. And then here in pre-market, hitting those highs of 422. So here's a couple things about BHAT. I think we can get one more leg up. All right, I think we can see at least one more leg up today to 422. Do I think it's going to break 422? I'm 50-50 with it right now. I'm just 50-50. If it's going to break the 200-day moving average and rip to 5, I'm 50-50. But if we do break 422 and it turns into support and we're showing strength above the 200 SMA, yeah, I think we can hit $5 today. But I'm still 50-50 if we can break it. I am 70-30 that we at least get another leg up to 422. So if we come up to that 422 level and we get rejected and we're showing weakness and it's resistance and it looks like it's going to start dumping on off, and that's the high and it's going to fade off from there, I am looking to short BHAT off that 200-day moving average at 422 if it shows weakness. And if it shows that there's a lot of resistance and a lot of sellers, I'm definitely thinking about shorting the stock at 422 if we get that next leg up. Now, if we ever start breaking and holding above 422 as support, that shows strength. If we see those buyers and we see strength, I do think we could see this up towards around 5. So I have a long plan in place. I have a short plan in place. I'm prepared, ready to go. Regardless of what happens, I think there's some opportunity today with BHAT. All right, so again, a short off the 200-day moving average if we see its resistance. If it breaks and holds, that shows strength. I want to go long to $5. Right now, support is right here around $3. Right? If we crack below $3 support, we do have room down towards around 257. I do think we get that additional leg up. I don't think we're done yet. I do think we get back up to 422 at least at some point today. I'm not saying it's going to break. I'm not saying it's going to dump off that level. I'm saying I do believe we will see the stock make one more attempt back up to 422. $3 support at this point in time. Below $3, 250 to 257 support. If we start to see a break of this downtrend, we could look for a long opportunity, a long trade up to 422. And then depending on what happens at 422, we will either A, have a long to 5, or B, a short back down into that $3 level here on BHAT. Number 3 that I'll be watching today. So again, here are my top 3 stocks team, right? TBLT, number 1. BHAT, number 2. CLVS, number 3. And I do have some back burners for you guys today. All right, so back burner number 1, REV, for what? The gap fill bounce. So massive gap up from 606 all the way to $8. We are coming back down to that 606 level. What do we know about gaps? They like to be filled. What do we know about gaps when they're filled? They like to bounce, or they like to get rejected depending on what direction the gap is being filled. We're filling the gap to the downside, so we can expect a bounce. If we were filling a gap to the upside, we could expect a rejection. So we could see a gap fill bounce today at 606 here on REV, and you could see a nice little 50-cent bounce out of REV. So again, if you crack below 650, you dump on down the 606, you could look for a nice little dip buy opportunity back up to 650 for a gap fill bounce on REV, guys. Okay. Did we talk about MITQ? We did talk about MITQ. It is a back burner stock at this point in time, right? It's a back burner, support at 115, 200 SMA resistance at 183. And then lastly, we have BKSY. Okay, so there's a couple things that I do like about BKSY, but I think there's better opportunity as to why it's a back burner. So a couple things I want to point out that do stand out to me. Number 1, big rip on up. As we started to sell off, as we start this pullback, what do? We come down to the 50 SMA, we bounce. We come back down to the 50 SMA, we bounce. What is that? That's a double bottom. So the stock comes down, gives us a double bottom. Bounce, bounce. Nice gap up, nice little run up towards around 3. The stock is now pulling back into what level? The 20 EMA. So we just put in a double bottom off the 50 SMA, and that 50 SMA was validated. We bounced. We confirmed the double bottom. Now we're pulling back, and we're forming this U shape. What indicator are we tapping? The 20 EMA. Okay, what did we just put in here on Wednesday? We put in a doji. So along this pullback, we put in a doji very, very close to the 20 EMA, but we did hold that 223 level of support. So again, nice double bottom bounce, nice gap up. She's pulling back into support, putting in a doji above the 20 EMA after it's already validated the 50 SMA. This is looking like a higher low U shape that could lead to the next leg up today. So I'll be looking for BKSY to break and hold above 250. So just to keep it simple, right? I wanted to break it down as to why I like it. But now let's simplify the process because there's a lot there. 50 SMA, 20 EMA, higher low doji, reversal with the volume MACD diverge. It can be a lot to digest. but I want to break it down thoroughly so you understand that I've broken the stock down and I understand why I like it. And I want you guys to understand as well. But to keep it simple, okay, what we're looking for is a break and hold over 250. So if this stock breaks and holds over 250, that's where I expect to see that volume really move on in here on BKSY. And we could see BKSY up towards around 269. Then we could see it up towards around 280. And then we could see it up towards around 292 on BKSY. Support right now at this point in time is $2.40. I would personally want to wait until the stock's breaking and actually proving it's going to stay above 250. That's when I want to get interested. That's when I want to get involved up to 269, 280, and then 291. But build your plan the way you want to. Build your plan based on your personality, based on the way you trade, based on your risk tolerance, based on you. Build your plan. But what I would do is I would wait for the break and hold over to 250. All right, guys, that's what I would personally be doing. But again, do you and build your plan and make it happen. There's great potential here. I like the double bottom push. I like the pullback. I like that U shape. I like the doji off support as well as that 20 EMA. I see that little U shape. I see that curl. I see it wanting to get that 250 break and getting that next leg up to 269, 280, and 291. Again, BKSY definitely showing some decent potential today. So those are our back burners. Number 1, BKSY. Number 2, MITQ. Number 3, REV for the gap fill bounce. CLVS for that continuation off the attempted mid-candle breakout yesterday. Also a possible short squeeze play. BHAT, again, a stock that has great potential today. Looking for the break of this downtrend back up to 422. TBLT, want to see the stock hold above $3, back up to 344. Want to see the stock break that 344 to 350 and get that nice little pop up towards around $3.80, which is your 20 EMA. All right, so we have 3 main stocks to be watching right out of the gate. We have 3 back burners to be watching as well. Now, I do notice as we're talking about these stocks, we do have JAGX moving on up now. So let's go ahead and take a step back and let's see what's going on here with JAGX as we are now up 56% on this stock, trading 1.47 million shares. JAGX, do we have any news? Do we have any filings? Do we have a reason for this stock to be moving on up? JAGX. Let's go ahead and see. So the last press release we have was June 13th that Jaguar Health highlights the importance of controlling diarrhea in cancer patients. Did you guys catch that? Jaguar Health highlights the importance of controlling diarrhea. Diarrhea. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. You guys know how I butcher my words a lot. Is that right? Diarrhea in cancer patients. All right. So that's the last press release we had here on JAGX. Looking to see if we have any filings at this point in time. All right. So, no filings, no recent news. This stock, last filing was on June 10th, a couple of weeks ago. 6% of the float short. Nothing there. So again, is there any, did Zach Morris tweet about this stock? Was there a tweet on JAGX? Again, sometimes tweets will cause stocks to rip and run a little bit. So let's see if maybe Zach Morris tweeted about JAGX. So we're just looking Yep, he did. 3 minutes ago. He did the little whistle. Mr. Zach Morris on Twitter posted about JAGX, posted about TBLT, PETZ. Again, just curious to see if he had stated anything. Usually his tweets cause stocks to rip and run a little bit. So again, when the stocks start moving, 9 a.m., that was about 20 minutes ago. I'm just curious to see if we can get an idea and really understand there's like a reason why this stock's moving. So June 22nd, Jaguar Health announces publication. Here we go. So sometimes you got to go out there and do some DD, some due diligence. So here on the 22nd, guys, Jaguar Health announces publication of article underscoring the importance of controlling diarrhea. Oh, so they reissued that press release. All right. They reissued it. All right. So I can't really find any real direct news or a direct catalyst as to why this stock is currently moving on up. But again, bouncing off that low of 27 cents, seen a little bit of a green day yesterday. Again, we've been seeing a lot of these really cheap stocks that have been hitting new 52-week lows or all-time lows. We've been seeing a lot of these stocks just bounce off the lows, haven't we, guys? Some of them have been newer IPOs. Some of these stocks have just been getting dumped. Steve also said it was an old Wall Street bet play, and we've been seeing this consistently. It's pretty random, but I don't trust it. I mean, again, guys, there's no catalyst. There's no fundamental catalyst. There's no real technical reason for the stock to move today. It's literally bouncing off a low, had some volume yesterday. It's pushing on up randomly here this morning. It's an old Wall Street bet play. I'm not interested. I mean, do you guys see any other reason why you're interested on JAGX? Any reason why you would want to watch this? Please, I want to know, guys. If you guys disagree with my thesis on, I think it's a waste of your time, I think it's risky, and you're like, Josh, I disagree with that. I think it's worth our time. I think we should watch it. Let me know. Let me know. I like the press release about a week ago about diarrhea. I think that's really cool. But still, I'm not really crazy about it. If you guys disagree and you're like, Josh, no, we should watch it, here's why, please let me know. But when I don't see a fundamental catalyst, I don't see a technical catalyst, there's no real apparent reason that the stock's moving, and especially it being a Wall Street bet play, count me out. Count me out. I'm not here to trade random risky stocks. I'm not here to gamble. I'm here to trade technical sound setups. Technical sound setups. Technical sound setups. A+ setups. Setups that have reasons to move. I'm not here to gamble. I'm here to apply my skill set that I've acquired over the last 7 years and make money. JAGX to me just seems like it's a risky play. I don't know. The key word, yes, Nick. Absolutely. I love it, Corey. I absolutely love it. Absolutely punny this morning. I love it, dude. All right, so that's my 2 cents. If you guys disagree, let me know. So again, recap TBLT. We're watching this stock today. BHAT, CLVS. Back burners, REV, MITQ, BKSY. If there's any other stock that you think has fantastic potential today that we did not discuss, go ahead and drop that ticker inside a chat. Let me know. We'll definitely discuss it. Talk about the SPY and the Qs real quick. Not real quick, but let's be thorough here, baby. Let's be thorough. Yesterday, I told you I couldn't really get an edge on the SPY and the Qs. And it was very, 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 very choppy, and then we flushed. I do want to point something out about the SPY and the Qs, just really quick before we actually dive into today's technicals. If you guys have been finding a hard time trading the SPY and the Qs, like inverse head and shoulders, divergence trades, wedges, if you guys have been having a hard time trading the SPY and the Qs this week, and you're like, man, I just can't seem to get an edge on the SPY and the Qs, let's simplify your trading process. Let's take a huge step back. Forget patterns, guys. Seriously, forget patterns, okay? Divergences. We haven't seen it. It's been choppy. But what's something that we've noticed? Now, again, everything's 2020 in hindsight. Everything's 2020. But I want to show you the consistency here and how simple it is to sit back, be patient, and wait for one thing to happen. One thing to happen to get a very high reward trade. And what is that? Find a trend line. Wait for the stock to do its thing over the first 30 minutes to an hour. Find yourself a trend line, and the second it cracks the trend line, short it. I'm being dead serious. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking right now. Find a trend line. Wait all day if that's what it takes. Wait for the crack of the trend line. Go short. Find yourself a trend line. wait for the crack, look to go short. That would have been a really whack one at the end of the day, but still, my point. Simplify the process. If you're having a hard time, team, if you're having a really hard time finding these patterns and these super, super amazing strategies, simplify your process today and see if this works. It's going to take time. You need to wait for the SPY to develop, the cues to develop. It's not going to happen in the first, 15, 20 minutes. It may take 30 minutes to an hour before you actually see a valid trend line cracking. Find a trend line, wait for it to crack, and short it. Find a trend line, wait for it to break and go long. 5-minute time frame. Not a 1 minute, not a 5-minute time frame. Okay? If you're going to do this, if you're going to be like, all right, cool. These patterns have been hard, right? These divergence trades, whatever the case is, they haven't been playing out. It's been rough. It's choppy. Yeah, let the market chop around. Let it chop. Okay? Identify a valid trend line on a 5-minute time frame, and when it cracks, short it. When it cracks, short it. When it cracks, short it. And that's it. One and done. That could be your one and done. Okay? And the nice thing about these trend lines is what? When a stock typically goes from the bullish side to the bearish side, it dumps. Number one, we know these moves are pretty nice. Number two, where's your stop loss? If it gets back above the trend line, right? So if it gets back above the trend line, you're done. You're out. Very small loss. But again, you could look to trade the crack of a simple trend line and just let it flush and let it drop and get paid. Your stop is nice and tight. You're being very patient. You're on a higher time frame. You get more validation. 5-minute time frame, cracks of trend lines. It's going to take you 30 minutes to an hour probably until you validate the trend line, which is plenty of time for the market to stop chopping as much to actually develop and you get a sense of direction. It gives you a lot of time to be patient, sit back, and still find a good trade to make some money in the market. And it's super easy and it's super simple. Nice reward, nice tight stops. All right, so that's a recommendation if it's been rough this week, okay? Levels today, though, on the SPY. Levels today. If we break above pre-market highs on the SPY, I do believe we're going to retest the high a day from the 15th of June, which is 383.88. So if you see the SPY break above 381.71 and it doesn't come back below and it stays above that level, I do believe you're going to retest that spiking high at 383.88. Now, if we cannot break above these pre-market highs and we do not run on up, I do believe we can see the SPY pull back to 378.84. That's it. Basic support resistance. Breaking above pre-market highs, I do believe you see 383.88. Not able to break above pre-market highs. And if we start to crack this slight trend line here on the SPY, definitely look for a short back down to yesterday's high to close that gap down at 378.84 here on the SPY. Okay. The Qs, we need to see a break over. Actually, 288.72 is tough. So sorry, I got my my things mixed up. 288.72 is tough. And the reason it's tough is it's filling a gap today. All right, so the Qs are filling a gap today at 288.72. But if we do see the markets strong, and we see some strength here, and you start to break that gap fill level on the Qs, you can see it up at 290, which is your 20 EMA. I personally think the SPY is your best bet, but again, you could be looking at the Qs as well. We're filling the gap right now in pre-market. If you break the gap fill level, you have room to the 20 EMA. If you get rejected here off that gap fill level, you're probably looking to come back down to 286.83. I personally like the SPY a little bit better. So if I were you, I would be looking at the SPY. All right, guys. But to start all day, TBLT, BHAT, and CLVS. We are all set, ready to rock and roll. The market is now open. We are live, ready to attack this beautiful day. Let's have some fun, team. Let's make some profits, and let's end this week on a strong and profitable note. Once again, if you're just now tuning in, my top 3 stocks are TBLT right now out of the gates, BHAT, CLVS. And right now, BHAT is not looking bad at all, traders. If we can break that downtrend, we could absolutely run back up towards around 422, and that's where I plan on shorting this stock for the leg down. If we break above 422 and stay above it, obviously I'm not short. I would absolutely flip long for the rip on up to $5. We do have room back down to 304, though, just so you guys know. If we do get rejected here on BHAT, if we cannot break it, you would have some room back down to $3. But right now, BHAT, looking to break this downtrend. And like I said, I do believe we have one more leg to the upside. I do believe we see one more leg on up, 422. Grab a short position there for the dump on back down. But if it doesn't dump on back down and it actually breaks 200 SMA and holds above it, I get out of that trade to the short side. I flip long up to $5. And as you can see, I've had no trades on the day. No trades for today, guys. But as soon as I enter a trade, you'll hear me call it out. And you'll know exactly why I'm getting involved. So again, right now, zeroed out. Right now, CLVS is squeezing here a little bit, guys. CLVS is squeezing on up. First level to break, 174. I'm not touching it right out of the gates, but I do like CLVS today. Let it break on up. Let it come on and pull back for us. Let's break, show some strength. Pull back for us, look for a nice little entry. And we have some great opportunity today, guys, on CLVS. CLVS right now is at 176. You see a break over the open at 138. You could see PBTS at 163, but I'm not crazy about it. I mean, it has a flag, right? There's a bull flag. It broke a little bit yesterday. It's gapping up today. Not terrible. I like the flag on PBTS. I like the break yesterday. But here's the thing. The break was on light volume. Right, so that break was not on like high volume by any means. So I'm not all that crazy about PBTS because of the volume. But if you're interested in it, support's at 123. Top resistance is at 138 with room to 163. But right now, guys, the opportunity is on CLVS. The opportunity's here on TBLT and BHAT. This is where the opportunity is. These top three stocks that we identified for the reasons we identified them, this is where the opportunity is. Hey, guys. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Guess what Fidelity has now, team? Guess what Fidelity added? They added the VWAP. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. What's new in ActiveTrader Pro? The VWAP has been added to the indicator chart. Oh, my goodness. It only took you 20 years. Oh, man. That's so exciting. Oh, man. That's awesome. That's so awesome. The VWAP. The VWAP. Would you look at that? Would you look at CLVS already getting that action? Now we're just looking for a pullback to 177. All right, so we're showing some strength. We have volume. It's looking fantastic, guys. This thing is a short squeeze all freaking day, followed by that potential mid-candle breakout. I'm absolutely looking to get long. Not right here, though. I mean, that's silly. I mean, I'm going to be really upset if it just never pulls back and it goes all the way to like 240. But it's going to be awesome to see this thing play on out. But if we can get a little bit of a pullback here, let's go. All right, maybe back down into the 174 to 177 area is where I start scaling into CLVS. So again, I'll start scaling in the CLVS between 174 and 177. Could I risk 10 cents? Yeah, I could risk 10 cents. I think that's fair. 10 cents of risk below low of day? Yeah, absolutely. But she's got to pull back into the 174 to 177 first before I even think about a position. So you still have a little bit more room here on the SPY up to that 383.88. And the Qs, you have room to that 290 level. The Qs broke and retested. Did you see that, guys? The 288.72. I mean, levels are important. Levels are important, okay? So important that you can base trades around these support resistance levels, right? 288.72 is the level we had drawn up. We broke it, we retested it, and we ripped very quickly. You still have room to 290. So you could have already been in the Qs, already scalping that move all the way up, and you could already be in the green on your trading day on that break and retest. So congrats, guys. And you still have some potential to the 290s. And there's TBLT right at that 339. I'm still waiting to see if we can get CLVS to pull back, but it doesn't want to pull back. It's a short squeeze. I should have jumped in. I was in yesterday at 147. I was planning on swing trading a little bit. I said, heck no. Trading this. I don't take day trades in the swing trades. I sold at 174. Now I'm like, man, maybe I should have held it. But nah, she's going to pull back for us. Let her pull back, guys. The stock's already gone from an open at 165 to 185 without a single pullback. It's going to pull back. Let it pull back for your entry. But this stock has so much potential today. So much potential. Right now, we're looking at CLVS back down at 174 and 177. BHAT is just kind of chopping here out of the gate, but TBLT hitting that pre-market high of 344. We could see this up at 375, which is your 20 EMA, and there's a squeeze there on TBLT. Another stock that had great potential to be a nice little short squeeze. Above $3, right up to that pre-market high. Now we're looking at that 20 EMA next. So TBLT and CLVS were both those short squeeze watches. All right, TBLT above $3, above the trend line, above the VWAP. Worked out beautifully. CLVS, honestly, I didn't expect to see it just squeeze out of the gate like that. But it's fine. It's already proving itself. And we could absolutely see it set back up. I kind of want to short TBLT, guys. I kind of want to short TBLT. Not yet, though. Not yet. But I do like it for a possible short. Got BNTC breaking $1 here, guys. BNTC squeezing over $1. It does have high relative volume, but I don't see a reason for the stock to be moving. I mean, it's a low float, 7 mil in float. Volume today, 300K. The relative volume is 170, which is well above the average. I do not know why BNTC is ripping right now. BNTC. Go see why the stock is squeezing on up here. Up 45% on the day. Not like it's a high short squeeze stock. There's no filings. There's no news. It's just another one of those stocks like JAGX, guys. That's doing what? Bouncing off a previous 52-week low or an all-time low. That's all that's happening with a lot of these stocks. Is they're just bouncing off these lows and popping on up. That's just the market conditions. BNTC. I mean, we can watch this one above $1. CLVS pulling back for us? Yes, it is. Like I said, 174 to 177 is where I want to be getting involved. That's my zone. That's my level that I want to be buying CLVS. So I'm still waiting right now at this point in time. The Qs just hit your target. The SPY, you're very close to target. I'm going to be buying in my long-term portfolio today, so you guys know. Told you guys I was buying throughout this week. I'm going to be buying some more today. Definitely been a good week to be buying, for sure. I still think we get another leg down. Personally, I still think we get another leg down, but I do want to be scaling in a little bit, for sure. So right now, TBLT, if you're still long on TBLT, you do have room to 376, 375, 376. Support right now is 343 here on TBLT. BHAT doesn't look great right now. I'm still looking for CLVS to find some support and bottom somewhere around that 174 to 177 level. That's what I'm looking for, personally. And I don't really see anything else that I want to get involved with right now. Jakey Lakey. Woo, look at Jakey Lakey. Jakey Lakey came in with $293.94 on TBLT. Jake, way to make it happen, buddy. Good job. Good work. Way to take that trade. Way to make it happen. Fantastic job, buddy. Fantastic job. I love it. Asif coming in on a Tesla call. Well done. Good job, traders. Already inside of Profits Chat on this Friday. This is how we do it. Catherine got her Q calls. She's done for the day. My goodness. My goodness. I'm done trading forever. I'm just a market commentator. That's it. I'm just going to commentate the market. I'm done trading. Never again will I trade. I will just commentate everything. I freaking love seeing you guys make money. Like, I get more excited when I see you guys inside of chat making money than locking in my own profits. My wife asked me why I wasn't excited about my my profit yesterday. I was like, what do you mean? She goes, you had a really good trade, right? I was like, yeah, it was a good trade. All right, you're not like super like woohoo. I'm like, I'm never like really a woohoo. But then I start talking about the members' profits. She goes, you're more excited about that than you are about your profits. I'm like, I don't know what it is, but my team's profits fire me up more than my own. Weird. I love it. So keep throwing up those profits in Profits Chat, ladies and gentlemen. Keep them coming. Right now, if you're looking at the Qs, maybe you have a runner on the table, okay? You now have room up to 293. 293 on the Qs is where you have room. If, and only if we stay above that 20 EMA. So if we stay above 290, you have room to 293.69. If you fall back below 290, you can see this come back down towards around that 288.70 level. there on the Qs. Right now, the SPY has resistance at 383.88. So I still don't have any trades on the day. I don't have any trades on the day, guys, and I'm okay with that. I'm looking for my trade, my opportunity. And until I find that, I'm okay with sitting on my hands. I'm okay with being a sideline trader. Let's see where this opportunity is. Is CLVS going to hold on up, move on up a little bit here, or is it going to dump on off? I don't know. We'll find out. But again, I'm not chasing the stock at 180. I'm not chasing the stock at 186. I'm not chasing it at the high at 189. Right? I missed it. Okay, I wait for the pullback. Is it going to pull back? Is it healthy? Is it going to hold this level of support? Let's see. Dollar General. I'm buying some Dollar General today. I'm buying some DG. I kind of feel like I'm a little too late, but these are all companies I want to own. I'm going to be adding more Unity software today. I'm going to be adding some Walmart today. I'm going to be adding some Dollar General. Probably be adding some J&J, but I think I'm a little too late as well, but I like J&J long term. I'm going to be adding some Neo, some LI. I mean, there's so many companies I want to own today, guys. I mean, there's just so many. So many that I've been telling you guys I've wanted to own for such a long time. I've been telling you guys for weeks. I love CRM. I love Snowflake, right? I mean, the ones that have been really hyping up were Snowflake, CRM, Datadog. What was the other ones I told you guys? Oh, yeah. Way up at the top of the list. The ones that have been actively buying. Amazon have been actively buying. I want to be buying some Costco. I've been actively scooping up some NVIDIA, some Tesla. I haven't really been touching Google yet, which is silly of me, but Snowflake and CRM, oh my gosh. Exceptional stuff there. Snowflake even had Overweight by JP Morgan, which is awesome. I love Snowflake long term. CRM's doing great as well here over the last week or so. So I'm very happy with my entries on some of these long-term plays. SoFi, I haven't touched SoFi yet. I haven't added to my SoFi position yet, but I may. I'm going to be adding to PayPal today, just so you guys know. I'm going to be adding to some PayPal today in my long-term portfolio. What's the other one I'm going to be adding? PayPal. I'll be adding PayPal today. I'll be adding some Roblox today. I like Roblox. I'm going to be adding some RBLX. I'm going to be adding across the board. I am going to be adding across the board today. So, again, I'm going to be scaling in a little bit more today. I was scaling in a little bit last week, a little bit this week with you guys, as we talked a lot about investments over the past 2 weeks. That's really been our main topics, is investing, what companies and why. Well, now we can see that we've bought some really good quality companies. Why are we not out here buying freaking Peloton? Well, it's Peloton, right? Why are we buying it? We're not. Down 90% doesn't make it a good company. Okay, why? Well, they're in so much massive debt and they have so much inventory, they don't know what to do with it. This company is struggling. I don't care if they're down 90%. They're probably going to stay down 90%. Could they drop another 90% and go down to $1? Absolutely. I'm not buying Peloton. What have we been actively talking about? We've been actively talking about these quality companies. Amazon, right? Actively talking about Apple. Actively talking about CRM, Snowflake, Datadog. Look at these companies. Datadog this week. What are we up right now? Just from the last couple of weeks of discussing this, we're up 27% in just the last week on DDog. Since we've been talking about CRM, we are up 13%. We were discussing Snowflake last week. Snowflake is now up 37%. Guys. Why you got to get inside a chat? Why was I buying? Why was I telling you I'm actively buying over the next 2 weeks? Been telling you guys I'm not buying. And then boom, last week I'm buying. I'm buying this week. Look what we've seen in these names this week. Snowflake up 30% plus. CRM up. Datadog is up. Amazing stuff, guys. Hopefully you guys have been buying. Hopefully you guys have been scaling into these quality companies. Hopefully you guys are seeing some great 10, 20, 30% movers in your long-term portfolios. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So keep up the awesome work. So yeah, right now I'm not trading. Right now, I'm not in. anything right now at this point in time. Kamal, no trading. Trading Hunter, no trading. BNTC halted up again. Yeah, now it's at 140. This thing is absolutely on fire right now. You could see 192 on BNTC. You could see 192. So we're absolutely watching BNTC 100%, guys. It's a very risky play. It's very, 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 very risky in my opinion. But there's definitely some opportunity. I still haven't touched anything yet, guys. I'm looking for the best setup. BNTC, it definitely has some potential, guys. CLVS is giving a lot back here. We got to wait for it to set up just a little bit better. So right now, top stocks to be watching. BNTC halted for the second time. After this second halt, they do get risky. After the first halt, you have a halt strategy. Second halt, you got a halt strategy. Anything after that, no halt strategies, no trades. Very, very, very risky. Okay? I always forget, but again, it only took me 6 minutes. YouTubers, everybody on YouTube, enjoy your Friday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys back here Money Monday, the same time on TikTok, the same time here on YouTube as well. You got some freebies today, right? You got some quick wins, right? You got some freebies. We called out TBLT in pre-market above $3. This thing ripped up 95 cents. Okay, we didn't really have anything on BHAT, right? I didn't say anything about BNTC, but we were talking about CLVS. I didn't touch it. TBLT was absolutely amazing, and we got you guys prepared for the day, put you on the right stocks where the opportunity was, and we've already seen some amazing profits inside of Profit Chat. Guys, this is what we're talking about every single day. Look at Jake already. He's only been in the market for 22 minutes, and he's up $500. Asif making $92 on his account. Jake, another 107. Leon locking in some great profits. Ladies and gentlemen, look, we got one tall cool one on the Qs, locking in some great profits. Catherine was locking in some great profits. This is what we do every single day, guys. We come in, we get you prepared, we lock in amazing profits. You guys are absolutely missing out, 100%. You guys got some extra freebies as well. This week, as we've talked a lot about investing, last week, as we've talked a lot about the markets bottoming and us actively adding to our long-term portfolios. Not us, but me, right? Me explaining what I'm adding, what I'm buying, and why. And we've done nothing really but investment topics over the past 2 weeks. And you can see a lot of these names that I've been talking about. Amazon, I've been buying it. NVIDIA, I've been buying some. CRM, I'm very excited. And we talked about this last week on how excited I am to be buying CRM, Snowflake, Datadog, right? There's so many quality companies that we've been adding. Plug, right? Plug on Monday, we discussed it. Tuesday, we talked about it again. Look at PLUG just over the last 4 sessions. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The stock is up from $16 all the way to $18 since we talked about it Tuesday. We actually talked about it Monday night with Kenneth on TikTok. Again, team, congratulations. You've been adding to your long-term portfolios. Congratulations if you guys are doing great right now. Keep up the awesome work. Everybody on YouTube, enjoy the rest of your day. Trade smart, trade safe, and I'll see you guys back here Monday. BNTC live. BNTC is live right now at this point in time. Where was that first halt level? 113. Where's the halt level right now on BNTC? LULD 145 to the upside, 115 to the downside. This could be a reverse halt strategy. Okay, what's a reverse halt strategy? Right, it's where it gaps down, pulls back into support, then breaks the halt level and squeezes. This could be a reverse halt strategy on BNTC, and I'm looking at it right now for that reverse halt strategy. I would scale into this. I would not jump all in, but I would scale in just in case it dumps. Potential reverse halt strategy here on BNTC. Breaking the halt level, this thing could absolutely squeeze. Halt level to the upsides in the 140s right now on BNTC. What do we got? 2,500 shares at 132. Looking to see if we break 140 and squeeze below 120 amount. Below 120, I'll be getting out of this. LULD is 112. We got time. Limit up, limit down is 112. Below 120, I'm out. We want to see the break over 140. We can definitely start squeezing on up here. Again, the gap down, breaking the halt level, that creates a big-time squeeze, and we can squeeze into another halt here on BNTC. It's very risky. That's why I don't have 10,000 shares, because it's very, very risky, and my finger is on the trigger. The halt level to the upside is 144. So if we break 140, we will be getting halted right now at 144. So let's go ahead and break 140 here, and let's see if we can get stuck in a halt. There's 135, 136. Again, very small size because it's very risky here, guys. Very small size because it's very risky. I want to see it squeeze over 140 and possibly get halted to the upside. Right now, 144 is the halt level. I'm just watching the level 2. That's all I'm doing. Literally, right now, I'm just watching the level 2. I know where my indicators are at. I know where that 9 EMA is. I know where the VWAP is. I'm looking at the volume. But right now, I'm watching the time and sales. I'm watching the level 2. And if we see some good price action, some big buyers come on in, I will be looking to add. Decent action. Let's see if it follows through. Decent price action. Not too shabby. Decent. Haven't added yet because it's only decent. There's 136. A lot of prints at 136. A lot of prints adding. Squeezing. Taking profit, taking profit, taking profit. Taking profit. All out. All out. I don't like the price action back below 140. Don't like that price action back below 140. The reason I don't like the price action back below 140 is 140 was the halt level to break, and it should have broken and then halted immediately. That's what we're looking for. On these halt strategies, on the reverse halt strategy, the gap down, getting in at support for the break of the halt level, they tend to squeeze. If they don't squeeze and immediately halt and it comes right back down like that, I'm out. I'm out. So by the time I got out of that, I only locked in 119. But it's cool. I'm not risking a big dump because I added to it over 140. It wasn't squeezing. So I got out, got out, got out. So again, this is a risky play, guys. It really is risky. All right, why is it moving on up? All right, the stock's up 81% with no reason whatsoever. People are chasing this stock. Okay, I'm looking for a strategy. I'm looking for that squeeze into the next hole. Right now, again, I do not want to hold this and watch this dump on down to 115 and get halted to the downside and just wish that I never took the trade. Like, man, I knew it was risky. Why did I get in? No, I got in for a reason. It didn't play out. I do feel the risk here with it, so I'm just going to go ahead and walk away from it for now. So BNTC was looking for the reverse halt strategy. That's why I was in, but we came right back down below. I'm not all that crazy about it. If it squeezes, let it squeeze. I'm not in it. I'm not in it right now because it did come right back down below that 140 level, and that's not what you want to see for those reverse halt strategies. TBLT pulling back a little bit.